Jai Hind everyone. I am Dublish, faculty of MC department in AKGC Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on Introduction to Web, which is the topic of web technology, subject of MC second semester, and the subject code is BMC 201. So today I am going to deliver a lecture on web technology, what is web technology, what are its parts, etc. So in this unit, we will cover the introduction and web development strategies, history of web and internet, HTML introduction is HTML tag, CSS, etc. So now moving on. First thing is web is basically the part of web technology. So first of all, we should know what is web technology. So basically, web technology refers to the various tools and techniques that are utilized in the process of communication between different type of devices over the internet. So basically, we can say a web browser is used to access web pages, and web browsers can be defined as programs that display text, you can say data, pictures, animation, and video over all the internet. So this is basically the definition of web technology. Now, in short term, we can say the World Wide Web is basically a system of interlinked IT resources that are accessed through the internet. And we can say the two basic components of the web are basically the web browser client and the web server. Now we can say the World Wide Web abbreviated as WW or W3, and commonly we can say it's a web, a system of interlinked hypertext document accessed via the internet. Also, we can say with the help of web browser, one can view web pages that may contain text, images, videos, and other multimedia, and navigate between them via hyperlinks. So, we can say the World Wide Web was developed to be a pool of human knowledge and human culture, which would allow collaborator in remote sites to share their ideas and all aspects of a common project. So this is all about the web technology. Now the question arises, when web technology come in the market. So English engineer and computer scientist Tim Berners-Lee wrote a proposal in March 1989 for what would eventually become the World Wide Web. So at CERN means a European Council for Nuclear Research in Geneva, Switzerland, Berners-Lee and Belgian computer scientist Robert Celilian proposed in 1990 to use hypertext to link and access information of various kinds as a web of nodes in which the user can browse at will and publicly introduce the project. So the name CERN, from where the name CERN is derived. So the name CERN is derived from the acronym for the French Council European pour la Recherche Nucléaire, or we can say European Council for Nuclear Research, a provisional body founded in 1952 with the mandate of establishing a world-class fundamental physics research organization in Europe. So at what time pure physics research concentrated on understanding the inside of the atom. So hence the word nuclear generate. Now, the question arises, what is the difference between internet and web? So the term internet and World Wide Web are often used in everyday speech without much distinction. So however, the internet and the World Wide Web are not one and the same, but the internet is global system of interconnected computer networks. In contrast, we can say the web is one of the service that runs on the internet. It is a collection of interconnected document and other resources linked by the hyperlinks and URLs. So in short, we can say the web is an application running on the internet. So this is basically the difference between internet and web. So now the question arises, what are the functions of web? So viewing a web page on the World Wide Web normally begins either by typing the URL of the page into a web browser or by following a hyperlink to that page of resources. So the web browser that initiates a series of communication masses behind the scenes. So in order to fetch and display it. Now, first the browser resolve the server name portion of the URL into an internet protocol address using the global distributed internet database that is known as the domain name system, that is DNS. So the browser then requests the resource by sending an HTTP request across the internet to the computer at that particular address. So it makes a request to a particular application port in the underlying internet protocol suite, so that the computer receiving the request can distinguish an HTTP request from other network protocol, such as email delivery. Basically, the HTTP protocol normally use port 80. Now, the computer receiving the HTTP request delivers it to web server software listening for request on port 80. And if the web server can fulfill the request, it sends an HTTP response back to the browser, indicating success followed by the content of the requested page. So port 20 and 21 basically used for the file transfer protocol, that is FTP, and port 25 used for the simple mail transfer protocol, that is SMTP, and port 80 used for the HTTP. Now, the first version of web, which is arise, name defined by the web 1.0. So web 1.0 or web refers to the first stage of the World Wide Web, linking web pages with the hyperlinks. So hyperlinks between web pages began with the release of the WW to the public in 1993. Since 2004, Web 2.0 has been the term used to describe social web, especially the current business model of the sites on the World Wide Web. So the design element of Web 1.0 are, some design element of Web 1.0 site include basically the static page, frame set, or use of tables. So basically, web design element which we are going to use in Web 1.0 is static page instead of using dynamic user generated content, and the use of frame set, and also the use of tables to the position and alignment of the page, and we can send HTML form via email. These are basically the Web 1.0 design element. Now, next version was Web 2.0. The term Web 2.0 is associated with web application that facilitate participatory information sharing, interoperability, user-centered design, and collaboration on the World Wide Web. Example of Web 2.0 include social networking site, blog, video sharing sites, hosted service, web application, etc. So these are the basic introduction of Web 2.0. Now the characteristic of Web 2.0 are rich user experience, user participation, dynamic content, metadata, web standard, and scalability. So the technology which we are going to use in Web 2.0 are the client side web browser technologies used in Web 2.0. Development are asynchronous JavaScript and XML like Ajax, Adobe Flash, and the Adobe Flex framework, JavaScript, etc. And the Ajax programming uses JavaScript to upload and download new data from the web server without undergoing a full page reload. So Ajax that I told you earlier is used in Web 2.0. So Ajax is basically a key technology used to build Web 2.0 because it provides rich user experience and works with any browser, whether it is Firefox, Internet Explorer, or another popular browser. So a language with very good web service support should be used to build Web 2.0 application. In addition, the language used should be iterative, meaning that it will help easy and fast the addition and development of feature. So these are the key technology which we are going to use, which we were going to use in Web 2.0. Now the next version of Web is Web 3.0, which we generally used right now. So definition of Web 3.0 is some believe its most important feature are the semantic web and its personalization. And Concord Wolfram has argued that Web 3.0 is where the computer is generating new information rather than humans. So these are the basic characteristics of Web 3.0. Now the question is, what is semantic web? So semantic web is a web of data that enables machines to understand the semantics or meaning of information on the World Wide Web. So it extends the network of hyperlinked human-readable web pages by inserting machine-readable metadata about pages and how they are related to each other. So enabling automated agents to access the web more intelligently and perform tasks on behalf of user. So Web 4.0, it's basically used in mobile web. So the next step is not really a new version, but it is an alternate version of what we are already have. So web needed to adapt to its mobile surroundings, and Web 4.0 connects all devices in the real and virtual world in real time. Web 5.0 is open linked and intelligent web. You can say it's the emotional web. So although Web 5.0 still is in developing mode and the true shape is still forming, but first signals are in the Web 5.0 will be about a linked web which communicate with us like we communicate with each other, like you can say a personal assistant. And Web 5.0 is called symbiotic web. This this web will be a powerful and fully executing, and Web 5.0 will be the read-write execution concurrency web. Now, Web 5.0 will be about the emotional interaction between human and computers, or you can say the interaction will become a daily habit for a lot of people based on neurotechnology. So, in this diagram, you can understand the trend, the web expansion from web of things to web of thoughts. From, you can say, this graph is between starting from the 1993 to 2020, and here you can say the graph between in year wise, and that is the Akgec is structured like firstly we have only web of content, then we have web of communication, after it web of context, web of things, and web of thoughts, which we are going to use in web 5.0. So firstly, we have only HTTP. In 1993, we have only mail, text, picture, forum. But in later version on which we use in 2000, we have some audio, video widgets like thing, which we are going to use in semantic web and social networking, and also we can use in blogs. In 2008, the next version which we used in media search or in virtual network. So now you can see in the diagram in web of thoughts we have we have used web. We can use it in web, in business, communication, in entertainment, in so many areas. We are going to use web. Through web of thoughts, in business we can use via in the form of collective intelligence, or you can say artificial brain, or in the form of communication we use web through in digital aura, or in human technology convergence, or direct brain link, or in the term of entertainment we going to use web in 5 sensor immersion, AV implant, or active contract lens. So this is the actual invention which happened in web via in year by year. So this is first diagram. Web 1.0. Web 1.0 only we have only producer and consumer direct interaction, and in Web 2.0 we have customer, product, and consumer product. We can a consumer directly interact with the producer, then producer connect with the consumer, and then consumer connect with the web 2.0. So this circle is going on. This circle is continuously going on the in web 2.0. And then in semantic web, you can use a new version. It used is a web which we held on between consumer and web browser. So basically, this is the difference between web 1.0, web 2.0, and the semantic web. Now, in summary, if we talk about the difference, that which is very important question generally asked in the university exam paper. So in summary, we can say the difference web 1.0 is like a crawl, and web 2.0 we can use the term walk, and web 3.0 which we can use the term like run. So basically, if I talk about the difference between these three version of web, so web 1.0 is basically used for mostly read only, and it's focus on company focus. We have only home page, we have only owning content, we have web forum, directories, page views, banner advertising, Britannica Online, or we can say HTML portal. So these are things used only very small, and you can say short term, which we happened in web 1.0. That's why we use the term crawl for web 1.0. And for web 2.0, generally we use web 2.0 for read and write, community focus. We can write blogs and wikis. We can share content via web 2.0. We can make web application. We can tag cost per click, interactive advertising as per web 1.0. And we have Wikipedia in web 2.0. We can use Akgec, which we happen in XML or in RSS. So web 3.0 fast, that's why we use the term run for web 3.0. So web 3.0 basically very portable and personal, and individual focus. As we know, in web 1.0 was company focus oriented, and web 2.0 basically for community focus oriented, but web 3.0 is individual focus oriented. And we can use web 3.0 for live streams and waves, and the content which we written in web 3.0 was consolidating, and we can make a smart application user friendly है because it's user engagement. Advertising was totally behavior, and it is used in semantic web. So used in RDF, RDFS or all. So this is the basic difference between web 1.0, web 2.0, and web 3.0. Semantic web used in web 3.0 because it is a web of data. So generally, I told you that web 3.0 is used in consolidated data or individual focus है आपके semantic in web 3.0 app. So basically, the semantic web we can say it's a web of data, combination of data, which is enabled to machine to understand the semantics, or you can say the meaning of information which we are going to use in www. So in semantic web, we have the collection of network of hyperlinked human readable web page. So in this, we can insert machine readable metadata about pages, and we can say how they are related to each other, because we have human related metadata, so we can connect each web page via link, or we can enable also automated agents so that we can access the web page more intelligently and perform tasks on the behalf of many users. So this is the main benefit of using web 3.0 because with the help of semantic web. So generally right now web 4.0 and web 5.0 is in the is not are in the developing mode, but not we are going to use it right now. So generally, all the work which we are going to use in Web 3.0. So this is all about the today lecture, and in next topic, in we will cover about the some other topic like related to web technology.